Hello YouTube, Nicholas Anselmi here. In this video, I'm going to be showing off my entire fire alarm collection. For a special reason. I have officially hit 50 subscribers on my YouTube channel. It's a very big day for me because I was not expecting to hit 50 subscribers in this short of amount of time of being on YouTube. Thank you guys for all of your support. Stay safe during this pandemic as well. Let's start off the collection video with the EST Genesis horn. Right here is my first ever fire alarm. It's an EST Genesis G1RF-HD horn. This I got on August 30th, 2014, about a month and a half into my interest. Right over here is my EST Genesis G1RF-C chime. Right over here is my first ever horn strobe. I got it out of a sporting goods store called Modell's back on December 26, 2015. It's a Wheelock NS horn strobe. It's an NS-241575W horn strobe. Right over here is my Spectralert P241575 horn strobe. This Spectralert is a first generation model from 2000. It's a model P241575 horn strobe. Spectralert Classic horn strobe. Right over here is my System Sensor Spectralert Advance SRK outdoor remote strobe. As you can see, it says SRK, and it's manufactured in the 31st week of 2012. Here's the inside of the box. Right over here is an EST Integrity horn strobe, but it's not an ordinary EST Integrity horn strobe. This is actually an early variant EST Integrity horn strobe. It's a first generation model. It's a 757-7A HS horn strobe from 1996. Right over here is a rare one. It's an EST Integrity 757-7A CS chime strobe. This one came with a mounting bracket as well, and was manufactured in 1996 too. First generation EST Integrity chime strobe. Very rare. Right over here is my Edwards 892 2B horn strobe. Here's the back of it. Right over here is my Cerberus Pyrotronics S15 RET strobe plate. It's a rebranded Wheelock LSPM-24. It was manufactured in 1994. Right here is my first ever light plate, but unfortunately it's a housing. Because I took the original incandescent light circuit out, because it doesn't work no more. It's a Space Age AV32 light plate. And right over here is my Lite LCD-40 fire alarm Annunciator. This I got out of my old apartment building during a renovation. This was manufactured in the 6th week of 1997. Right here is my Lite BG-10 pull station. Let's pull it. Right over here is my ADT BG-12L pull station. This I got from a friend. And I forgot to mention, this BG-10 is my first ever pull station. I got it in April 25th, 2017. Right over here is my Edwards 278B 1120 pull station. Dual action conventional pull station. Right over here is my Simplex 2099-9756 pulse station, very recently manufactured in 2019. And it's on a 2975-9178 pulse station back box. Right over here is my Simplex 4251-21 T-bar with a metal button on the inside. And right over here is a very, very rare one. It's an early variant 2099-9795 addressable pull station. And it came with a trim plate as well. Right over here is my Federal Signal 450D flush mount horn strobe. It's a 450D B4 horn with a VALS eye strobe. Here's the front of the VALS strobe, and here's the back of the alarm. Right over here is a Simplex 4070-6 chime. Here's what the tag looks like. It's a 4070-6 4-volt AC single-stroke chime. Right here is a vintage one. This one right here is a Wheelock 7002-24 horn strobe. This one right here was manufactured in 1978. Here's the date right there. And here's the label of the horn. And it has firewood ring on the top as well. Right over here is my Wheelock 7002T-24 horn strobe. Had this thing for almost 4 years. This one was manufactured in 1987. And there's the back box that came with it. Right over here is my other Wheelock 7002T. It's a Wheelock 7002T-24 horn strobe. This particular one I got from SCR Safety. And is one of the 3 weird sounding 7002Ts that he sold. When I tested it, it didn't sound weird at all. I must have fixed something on it. This one right here, the date wore off, but I remember seeing the date was manufactured in 1992. Right over here is my Simplex 2901-9361 single-stroke bell. 24-volt DC single-stroke bell. And it came with this trim plate. It's a 2905-9909 bell adapter plate. Right over here is a bell that I got out of my school. It's a Simplex 4027-00 bell. The tag on this thing's in pretty good condition. And here's the back of it. This one right here was manufactured January 6th, 1967. This is a vintage bell. It's a single stroke bell too. Test of it will come later. Right here are my 2 IBM bells. These I got out of a renovation, and unfortunately they did not come with their mechanisms. Right over here is an IBM R4026-0A 10-inch single stroke bell. The voltage is AC to DC series. Right over here is an IBM RVF 4015-6A 6-inch bell. That's what they sound like. Let's get to the next one. Right over here is my Simplex dual projector. It came with one of the 9806s I have in my collection. Let's get to the next horn. It's a Faraday 7410 horn. It's 120 volts AC, and as you can see, it has a completely flat diaphragm. And like Fahrenheit 4051s, this one has a very small electromagnet as well. Right over here, you'd think it's a Simplex 4040, but this one is actually an Elenco Incorporated 350 horn. This one right here is 24 volts AC, and I got it brand new in the box. Right over here is my Simplex 4040 horn. This one right here is a 6 volt AC model, and here's the back of it. This one is obviously in used condition. Right over here is my Simplex 4050 horn. This one's an early variant 4050. Has a black label on it. This one's a 12 volt AC model. And here's the back of it. Let's get to the next alarm. Right here is my Simplex 4051 horn. This was my first ever electromechanical horn I got in July of 2016. Here's the back of it. Right here is a rare one. It's a Faraday 5430 horn. This one is 24 volts DC. It's basically an early variant 4051. And right here, it's non-polarized as well, as 2 black wires. And the back of it's not in the best condition, as you can see some rusting on it. Right over here is the back box that came with the 5430. And right over here is a Simplex 4904 9001 remote light. As you can see, the tag is right. That's the tag. It says 4904 9001. And right over here is a Simplex 4903 9102 light plate. This housing was originally a strobe plate, but I took the strobe off and put a light on it. I did sell the original strobe piece to a YouTuber named Safety Emergency Guy about a month and a half ago. Shout out to him. And he has a lot of interesting stuff in his collection. Right over here is a Wheelock AES-1 horn. I got this horn with this very rare plate right here. Right here is a standard electric time SFA-12-2 light plate with a Wheelock strobe retrofitted on the front. Here's how they came originally. And then I took the AES-1 horn off and put this horn behind it. You think it's a Wheelock 3424, but this is actually a standard electric time horn. It's a standard brand. Let's look at the back of it. It's a standard electric model SAU-4-7 horn. I got this horn brand new in the box as well. It's obviously polarized like most Wheelock 34s. Here's the front of it. Right over here is a very, very rare horn that I could not find another collector on YouTube with. It's a standard electric time 450 horn, 20 volts DC. I couldn't find another collector who has a 20 volt DC horn or one of these horns branded by Standard Electric Time. If anyone else has one of these horns rebranded by Standard Electric Time, comment down below. Right over here is my Simplex 2901 9838 horn on a Simplex 2903 9101 strobe plate. It's clearing a notification on my phone there. Let's get a look at the back of this one. See, it's a 3rd generation 2903 9101. As you can see, the stickers, the fire alarming stickers, have curves on the sides. And here's the label of the horn. It's a 2901 9838. Right over here is a Simplex 2901 9806 B4 horn on a Simplex 2903 9001 light plate. This one's a 2nd generation 2903. As you can see, it has sharp edges on the stickers. And the 90,001 labeling on the top right. Here's the bottom of it. And here's a label on the 9806. Right here's another one. This one right here is a Simplex 2903 9002 light plate with a Simplex 4090-91 speaker mounted on the front. This one's a service mount model, obviously. 9002 EC. And here's a very rare plate that very few collectors have. This is a Simplex 2901 9806 horn, a B2 horn, on a dual bulb 2903 light plate. This one right here is a Simplex 2903 9005 light plate. This one's a first generation one. As you can see, the labeling is on the bottom left. It's a 24 volts DC and 130 MA. And here's the label on the horn. And right over here is a Simplex 2903 back box. It's a model 2975-9145 back box. Not much to say about this one. Right over here is my Simplex 2901-9833 horn. One of my first electromechanical horns I have ever added into my fire alarm collection. So it's a relabeled Faraday 6020 horn. Right here are two Simplex 2901-9806 B2 horns. Right over here is the label on the first one, and here's the back. And right over here, this one is a little bit different. As you can see, this one is an early variant one from the early 1980s. This one's a first generation one. And here's the back of it. Here are two Simplex 2904-9101 early variant strobes. As you can see, the backs connect to the 4 outer screw holes, and they don't have potentiometers on the left side. And here's a vintage one. This one right here is an IBM 4030-1B horn. This is a big piece of the fire alarm community to own, as it is the exact same horn that was used in the SDX's YouTube video called IBM 4030-1B. Like I said in the overview video. Let's get a closer look at it. Here's a tag of it. Here's a back. Here's another one. This one right here is branded by Thomas Industries or Benjamin Electric. This one is an industrial signal. This one is a Benjamin Electric N8546 115 volt AC industrial signal horn. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Go comment down below and subscribe. Give a thumbs up for the video, and go follow my Instagram at FirearmGuy283. Have a nice day, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. And anyways, thank you all for 50 subscribers too. See ya.